good you are.
It's fine.
That's why you're in the seat now and telling us how to do it properly, because my experience is very limited compared to what you've done on a motorcycle.
Well, I
certainly have had a jaw in the stuff that I've been playing on.
Yeah, I know it's been an absolutely amazing year, and I think it's worked perfectly. Everyone out on track and off track has enjoyed it. If I look at the crowd that's turned out here today at Red Star Raceway, it really is a paddock that's buzzing. It's like a World Superbike paddock. Red Star Raceway always put on a great show. So big up to Jacques van Wijngaard, Sue, then the whole crew here at Red Star Raceway for putting on another world-class event. As here we go. So Blaze is out on track.
Wow. Okay, so they actually let him take his warm-up lap.
That's an incredible job.
So if he's got the warm-up lap, he should be able to take... okay, now that's Blaze coming out of pit lane.
Yeah, that's
so
Blaze.
just a quick replay there for you of him coming out of pit lane in time. And is it in time for him to take his position up? No. They've made him start at the back.
Yeah, they've put him at the back of the grid.
I'd rather start at the back than from pit lane.
Yeah, definitely. Paddy Fensky has made the decision to put him at the back of the grid. So pole position man, then is Stephen Windall. Will he get the whole shot once again? Yes, he does. Malcolm Rudman, good start. Look at Byron Bester. Looks like Bester is going to slot into third place.
Third place ahead of a hard-charging William Friend. Another great start there from William Friend. But it's Byron Bester up in the third place looking for a podium. Up onto the charge now for third place and fourth place. A bit of a battle starting to rage there. It's Dylan Barnard who's looking for a way through. He can't find it just yet. Behind him comes the third of the Kawasaki's, and around the outside that is Kuhn Sneyman. And there comes Baker. Wow, Baker slamming up the inside of Boshoff to try and get through. He's not going to hold anything back here. Boshoff and Baker have fought for the front end of the field. And Baker on the inside of Kuhn Sneyman sits him up into turn 5. Here comes Boshoff up the inside. Wow, what a start to the 600 race.
Oh, Blaze Baker is a determined. He's angry. Blaze Baker is angry. He wants to impress the new Suzuki. He wants to impress Uncle Andy's. He wants to go out there and end the season off with a win. Shoved it on the inside of Boshoff. Look at this. He's made his own line. Boshoff is following him down into the 90-degree hairpin. Will he stop it? Boshoff is sideways.
How did he turn that in?
Oh, I don't even know how he stopped that bike.
How did he turn it in at the end of that straight? Going to 220 k's an hour on a 600cc as they go into the braking markers. He pitched it in at probably about 150 k's an hour and still made the turn. So whatever they've done to the front end of that Yamaha, it's working perfectly. Now they've got to try and find a way through on William Friend. That is your outgoing and, of course, still raining because the season's not over yet, Super Junior champion from last year. So William Friend now in with a chance of being, well, Wild William is going to have to come out of him now because he's going to have to fight hard to keep out Boshoff. He can't keep out Boshoff. Around the outside comes Baker. Baker trying to find a way through. Can he do it? No, he can't. On their tail is Dylan Barnard. At the front end and looking back is Byron Bester. Third place at the moment for Bester, but there is a hard-charging pack of riders coming along. 2 Kawasaki's, 2 Yamahas, and heads up, here comes the Suzuki of Baker, late on the brakes, and Boshoff, incredibly late on the brakes, closes right on the back end of Byron Bester on the high-tech Elements Kawasaki.
How those 2 bikes stopped into that final chicane. They literally broke past the 100-meter mark. Here we go, Adolf Boshoff now looking for a move on the inside of Byron Bester, yes, and will Blaze Baker follow? Yep, both riders. What a determined ride from the back of the grid. These 2 riders, they're now up into 3rd and 4th place, charging down on Stephen Windall out front and Malcolm Rudman just behind him. So this is going to be an incredible charge now from Adolf Boshoff and Blaze Baker. Blaze Baker will do well just sitting behind Adolf Boshoff and letting him close right onto the front 2 leaders because he knows he's got the pace. We saw it in race number 1.
Pace, dude, this is electric, this pace. You do not get faster than these motorcycles right now. I think if these guys are riding in the Super GP Championship, they would be running at the front end because this is the kind of lap times we're seeing out of the 600cc. They are not holding anything back here. It's the final race of the season. It's everything she's got now. Who's going to take final blood? Is it going to be a double victory out of Stephen Windall? Remember, he did tell us we have brand new tires on that Yamaha, so he has certainly got an advantage over the rest of this field. Second place right now, Malcolm Rudman, hanging on for dear life because it can only be, oh, that looks quite tasty. We've just had a look at the 2016 Super GP Champion Trophy with Matthew Skoltz's name on it. Oh my goodness, it's very sexy.
Right, now that's MotoGP style.
I'd take that, yes please.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Oh, big mistake there from William Friend. As he changed direction, just lost the front end of his Kawasaki. Able to recoup though. He's got Dylan Barnard right on his tail though. So William Friend had a little bit of front end issues. I spoke with his dad in the lunch break. They were running an old front tire and just lost the grip of it in race number 1. And looks like he's suffering a little bit with the front end of that Kawasaki here in race number 2. But doing well to keep out Dylan Barnard. But now it's down the back straight. And Blaze Baker still right on the tail of Adolf Boshoff. And they are definitely closing on Malcolm Rudman.
Byron Bester has a big look down the back as Dylan Barnard comes alongside William Friend. Outguns him on the brakes. Thanks for coming, William Friend, down to 3rd place in the regionals. It's about 6th place on track, but Barnard and William Friend really coming very close. Once again, William Friend's transponder not picking him up on circuit, so he is definitely in there behind Dylan Barnard for 7th place before we see Kieran Sneyman. And I think there might be a little bit of an issue. 1:54.5 out of Adolf Bossov, fastest lap of the race now, being set by the man fighting hard to get up to 2nd place and close in on Rudman, and he's doing that. He's doing that literally centimetre by centimetre, metre by metre, every time he rolls onto the throttle, and he's bringing Baker along for the ride.
That's exactly, I was about to say, he's bringing Blaise Baker on that MotoGP livery Suzuki with him, and they're closing on Malcolm Rudman. I don't know if they'll have enough to close down on Steven Undal, even though both riders last time out were slightly faster than the Yamaha rider out front, but they've got a lot of time to make up. I think Malcolm Rudman is now the next target for sure. Steven Undal a little bit further up the field, so it's all about the 2nd place battle, and this is going to be the final podium. Here we go. Look at the drive that Adolf Bossov got. He's going to go on the inside. Will he make it move? Of course he will. It's Adolf Bossov, the cowboy, up into 2nd place.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that move being made. Here comes Baker, though, trying to do the same thing on his Natal counterpart. And, of course, these two Banana Boys had an incredible outing at Desi's Raceway only a couple of weeks ago. And, in fact, this was the battle for the lead.
Yeah.
Undal not being here and being involved in the Moto2s at, where did he shoot off to do Moto2? Aragon. He was fighting hard there. These guys were the lead of the race. So now the battle for 2nd has dropped down to 2nd. Well, the battle for 1st has dropped down to 2nd place. And you can see Bossov is fired up. He is not willing to let this one go. He can see, even on his podium interview with me earlier, he was not here to get 2nd place. He was here to win. And Blaise Baker, probably the most fired up man in the whole of Red Star Raceway's paddock right now, and definitely the most hard-charging on track.
Here we go. It's a battle on the
Oh, look at that!
Oh, man.
What are you thinking?
Adolf Bossov. Oh, you're going to stop that
That's
bike.
incredible.
I mean, that was you don't get later braking than that down at the back straight of Red Star Raceway. Blaise Baker, he knew he had to get past. He wants to go with Adolf Bossov. He wants to get in the slipstream of Adolf Bossov to close down on Steven Undal. So it's now Bossov up into 2nd, Blaise Baker 3rd, and Malcolm Rudman. Malcolm Rudman, can he stick with the 2 riders now ahead of him? Because they are definitely the fastest rider on track.
Have a look at this. Extremely late braking from Blaise Baker. He gets through. Watch Rudman, though. Rudman actually touches him going in there. Now, watch the flick over here, Rob. Look at that front wheel, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was close. Baker had a massive moment there on the back wheel from Rudman and on the flick over on the front wheel of his own bike. That's huge, buddy.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do that there because Blaise Baker using his body strength to flick the bike. He really is determined. So especially that last chicane, even on the bigger bikes, you use a lot of your upper body strength to get the bike flicked through there as hard as possible. And as Baker did that, almost pulled on the handlebars a little bit too much. That pulled the front wheel up, and as he pulled it down, he was turning left, and the front wheel just went the other direction.
Now you tell me I need upper body strength. What the hell? Johnny Cricker, stand by. I'm coming to see you. Man alive. I think I'll get a little bit quicker on my Suzuki if I can make that happen.
Around
upper
Red Star
body
Race
strength.
Way.
What is that all about? We're riding a motorcycle. You need a throttle. That's all.
Red
That's
Star
what I was told. That's what I was told.
Red Star Raceway, you need calves, thighs,
you need
biceps,
everything.
shoulders.
We both know that very much. And these guys are giving everything they can. Every bit of their body is aching right now because they are giving it everything they can to get to where they are. But they've still got one position to make up. And have a look at that. It's still 3.6 seconds up the road that you've got to find Steven Undal. Undal, I think, wants this double and he wants it bad. He knows he's not going to be involved in South African motorsport next year, although he'll be flying the flag high, hopefully. And I'm praying that we get that news real soon in Moto2.
There we go. Blaise Baker got the drive down the back straight. He's on the inside of Adolf Bossov. You've just outbroken Adolf Bossov. I don't think that has been done the entire season. So Blaise Baker, he flies off to Germany actually on Monday or Tuesday to go hook up with his good mate Darren Binder to go to the final race at Valencia. So he wants to go there bragging to his mate Darren and say, listen, I got up into the race win at the final Super 600. He's got a lot of work to do.
Oh, where are you going, Baker? Into the dirty stuff. He put his knee down twice there, and that was just motocross that saved him. No doubt about that one. Hopefully one of our MSA photographers was around in that corner because Baker nearly threw it down the road and you gave him the commentator's curse of leaving for Germany on his butt. Never mind with the bragging rights, dude.
I apologize, Blaise, but it just shows you how determined he is. He went into turn one. Look how determined he wants to go. He wants to get to the front. He wants to get ahead of Adolf Bossov. He wants to chase after Steven Undal. Even though it's pretty much unlikely he's going to catch Undal, you can't tell Blaise Baker that. He's a man on a mission. He's
going to.
Pump up. Yeah, he's going to. Try and tell him any different and you will get a slap in the face.
Yeah, that's right, for sure. But anyway, down into that little short straight now. Late braking from Baker. Watch for the... no, the foot doesn't come out on that one, but it certainly comes out on the right-handers as he goes into the dog bone section. He's lost some ground now to Boshoff. He's got to try and make that up. He's got to settle himself down, because remember, this is a 12-lap race. We've still got 8 to go. Further back in the field, you can see riders starting to get in amongst themselves. I think that might be Aiden Liebenberg. Liebenberg fighting with Dion Nelson. And just behind Dion Nelson should be Kieran Snyman.
Kieran Snyman, yeah. So that's a great ride. Aiden Liebenberg ahead of a race winner. Remember, Kieran Snyman has won a race this year. So great ride, this from Aiden Liebenberg. Here's a replay. Blaze Baker way too fast into turn 1, into the dirty stuff. Look at that, knee down in the dirt and still asking for the power. That was like dirt track style.
Yeah, but he had the knee down and he was still rolling the power on. He had the throttle open with his knee down. That's what caused the back end to step out. Those Pirellis, he just needed to lift the knee up.
Those Pirellis had a little bit extra grip there in the dirt where they shouldn't have. But look how much he closes on the brakes on Adolf Boshoff, who's completely sideways himself. Runs a little bit wide, but you're able to bring it back. You can see the front wheel lifts there every time as he asks for the power and uses the upper body strength coming onto the front.
I can tell you something right now. I know that Blaze Baker's onboard camera has been used on occasions, but here particularly this time out, on our final time of asking for 2016, that TomTom bandit is going to be put into the TV package. There's no doubt about it. Yes. And wait till you see the footage out of that, particularly on that outbraking maneuver, the flick over with the wheel getting out of shape, and then of course losing it into turn 1. It is just mind-blowing stuff. And he's closed there. He's back. He's right back at the Cowboy.
On the champion, let's not forget, that is your 2016 champion that Blaze Baker has just closed right onto the back tail of. So it's an incredible ride from bike number 51, Blaze Baker. I think that MotoGP Suzuki livery has really got him into the racing mood with MotoGP this weekend, because he is a man on the mission. And they've got that Suzuki setup. Race 1, that bike was just nowhere near as good as it is now. And remember, he started the race just about in pit lane. So for the team to get that bike out and as well set up as it is, incredible effort from Uncle Andy and the team.
Yeah, well done to Doug and Daryl for getting that bike back on track, and hopefully it hangs in there for these last couple of laps, because we are now getting into the first half of this race being completed. Really nothing in it. This is the 6th lap of 12. And you can see Blaze Baker and Adolf Boshoff trying to close down and find a way to catch Pooch out front. Stephen Odendaal on the Petra Racing Yamaha. I don't think they're going to have what it takes to catch him, because he's in a zone right now. And when you get Odendaal in that kind of race mood, he is extremely difficult to catch and pass. Right now, these two have got to do both of those. And more importantly for now is Baker has to get back on and past the Cowboy as they come into the big right-hander at the bottom end of the circuit. They turn right onto the N4 highway and head up the Pirelli straight away.
There we go.
Into Dio chicane. Watch for the out. In fact, don't even watch for the outbraking. He's going to try and pass him on power. It's Suzuki versus Yamaha. They haven't been that close before, but watch the braking now from Baker. Extremely late braking. That's at the 50-meter marker. Both of them hit the brakes, and they both still turn in. How are they getting this right? Boshoff
was literally leaning on the Suzuki of Blaze Baker. That's how close it was. But Blaze Baker's made that move up into second place now, and is by far the fastest man on track. Leg out into turn number 1. Gets it a little bit wrong again, but able to make the apex this time around. You can do that in turn 1, run a little bit fast, and it's a double apex right-hander. So now it's about Adolf Boshoff. Can he now fight back at Blaze Baker? And knowing Adolf Boshoff, he's going to do it.
Gloves are off, and let's go. It's bare knuckle fighting right now, and I think these two are going to be at it until the flag drops. Look at that. Boshoff comes. Oh, Baker off the track again. Here comes Boshoff. He realizes, there it is on the inside. Baker and Boshoff. That is brilliant. Boshoff runs wide. Baker back up the inside. What a dice. This is what it's all about. Some of the best racing you'll ever see anywhere in the world comes out of Dio Super GP Champions Trophy, and we're seeing it right here today.
How sideways did Adolf Boshoff have that Neolife Yamaha? Blaze Baker could literally see the entire side of the bike. Here we go. Watch Adolf Boshoff. He's going to go. You know he's going to go on the brakes. He's on the inside. He gets it sideways.
Take that.
Gives him a little Valentino Rossi kick.
Love it, love it, love it. And Baker comes on his inside. Give him a foot. Oh, it's so good. Baker versus Boshoff. Yeah, this is what it's been like all season long, guys. This is what you've missed out on if you haven't had any of the action in the Dio Super GP Champions Trophy. And Baker just returns the favor immediately on Boshoff.
That was an incredible ride. Boshoff got down on the inside, ran a little bit wide, and Blaze Baker just stuck it right back on the inside. But I love that leg out from Adolf Boshoff late on the brakes, and that's his sore foot, remember. So maybe just didn't have control on the foot pegs that he wanted to. But here we go now, onto the back straight. Blaze Baker gets incredible drive. So will Boshoff be able to get into the slipstream of the Suzuki? And then it's about who's latest on the brakes again down the back straight.
Yeah, but we've already seen that Baker is better on the brakes. Can Boshoff try something from that far back? It's about 6 bike lengths back. He's onto the brakes. So is Baker. They're both sideways. They're both getting it locked up, and into the Dio chicane they come. This is just mind-blowing world-class racing, as always. And across the line, it's going to be Baker still in second place. 55.4s out of Udendal on the last pass. We're looking for a little bit of a change up there as a 56.1 and a 56.2 out of Baker and Boshoff. That's only because they are fighting so hard amongst each other with 4 laps to go.
No, Udendal's definitely got it. It's all about the battle now for second and third. Dolph Boshoff said on the podium ceremony with you, he hates finishing second. Well, he's going to hate finishing third even more. So he's going to do everything he can. Look at the nice wide sweeping line. He's going to get the drive now on the Suzuki man ahead of him. Here we go. Will we get another sideways move on the inside turn 4? Yes, we do. Here we go. Dolph Boshoff bangs it down again. Oh, rear wheel in the face of Blaze Baker. Take that.
Yeah, just take that visor off on that Chewy helmet and you're going to see a little bit of Pirelli rubber on it. But that's how close that back tire was to Blaze Baker's helmet. Man, it is so close between these two guys. Watch the drive now. I want to see a return of the favor here at the end of the straight. Has Baker got what it takes to maybe do a maneuver onto that braking marker? He's not quite close enough just yet. And as he goes, oh man, it's so close. Further back there, looks like Dylan Barnard might have just got ahead of Byron Bester. I'm just having to look and see.
Yeah.
But good possibility that the Black Knight is just ahead of the high-tech Kawasaki. We're quite picking up on our timing. 167 laps are down, which means we've got 5 to go in this race. Incredible stuff from these two.
Right, Adolf Boshoff's things are settling down a bit now. He's got ahead of Blaze Baker. And it's up to the Suzuki man to try and close down that gap. This is where he's really fast. Flat out in the left-hander on the rev limiter, and then it's into the right-hander where we've seen so much action already today. Now, Blaze Baker, he gets really good drive as we come onto the back straight. He's going to try and get in the slipstream, using all the road and more. Is he in the slipstream? Yes, he is, of the Neolife Yamaha. Here we go. It's on the brakes at the end. Oh, that Suzuki is
look
so
at the
fast.
defensive line, though, from Boshoff. He realizes that Baker's going to come down the right-hand side, and he shut the door. Wouldn't allow him through. Has he got enough to make the turn? He has, but watch Baker now. Flick it through the chicane. Out of the chicane onto that main straightaway now, and Baker will try something maybe down into turn 1. Looks like a little bit of yellow flags were on standby there. I'm not quite sure if we had an incident down into turn 1, but very much an incident about to happen down there as these two come along at high pace.
You could see both bikes completely out of shape. They are braking. You cannot brake later than these two riders are braking out on track. It is incredible. They're heading to turn 2 now. Will Blaze Baker try and stick it on the inside? Looks like he's lining it up. Adolf Boshoff goes a little bit more defensive, not allowing that move. Now Blaze Baker, can he get the drive on the Yamaha? This is where Boshoff made the move on him, sticking the rear wheel of that Neolife Yamaha in the face. No, this is probably the smoothest lap we've had so far from these two riders.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing right now, I was about to ask you, do you think Baker might just be hanging tough now?
He knows he can't
maybe
pull
just,
away.
you know, not going to put anything just yet, but have a go a little bit later on. But further back there, we can see a battle right at the back end of the field there for 12th and 13th place. Adilson Pinto, one of our riders from Angola, fighting hard there with one of our top lady riders in the country there, Sandra Shelley.
Yeah, Sandra Shelley in the slipstream of the Neolife Yamaha rider all the way from Angola. There's Ianozo. He's making his first start in the Super 600. So great to see Dino Ianozo out there. He's running in
10th place.
10th place. So great effort there from the IUM Honda rider, running in the top 10. First time out in the Super 600s in the probably one of the most competitive championships in the world, never alone in South Africa. So. But Blaze Baker, I think you're right, Greg. I think he's just sitting there now behind Adolf Boshoff. He knows I've got past him. I can't pull away from him. So let me make the move stick when it counts. Going into the final lap, in the chicane.
He knows he can get that move in the chicane. So if he hangs in there. Okay, cool.
I'll put $5
got $5 here. Stephen Watson's going into his wallet. He's going to put out a $20.
No, yes.
Okay, hold on a second. We can't play against that.
I can't compete.
We're all in. Okay, no, so you're going 25 on me, both of you. Okay, I'll go against the two of you.
Hang on. I
got $8.
And I got a bar one.
I've got a bitten bar one. We got a Ford Ranger on the table. Yeah, baby. Ford Ranger on the table. Here we go. Right, Baker side by side with Boshoff down towards turn 1. Can he get it? There's a Ford Ranger on duty. Come on, Blaze Baker.
Blaze Baker. Come on, please, Blaze. I'll go halves with you.
Yo, you can have the back end of the truck. All right. Double cab is Rob's.
Yeah, please.
Right, into turn 2 now. This is such incredible dice. It's probably one of the best we've seen out of these two.
Yeah,
and we've had some good ones this season.
Yeah.
So to chop and change like this with the last race, and of course, not for the victory. This is only for second place.
Second place. Stephen Windall is up the road, and he's heading for his first double of the year, I think, because pretty much the whole season, Windall's 1-1, Boshoff's 1-1. But this time out, Stephen Windall has stamped his authority on this race, and these two, it's all about that pride. They want that second position. No one wants to finish third. And Blaze Baker, after starting at the back of the grid, along with Adolf Boshoff, they've made their way through the field and now putting on this incredible world-class racing action here at Red Star Raceway. And you lucky viewers at home watching this on Facebook, Facebook, you are getting treated to world-class racing here.
You don't even have to be at home. You can be anywhere in the world right now.
And you can rewind. That's
and
beautiful.
you can rewind and fast forward and do whatever you want to at the end of this race, because this is the kind of action we bring you on the Super GP Champions Trophy. Flicking through the dog bone. Oh, Boshoff, I think, is in trouble. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, Baker is waiting until the last lap. He's going to bomb up the inside into his favorite outbraking maneuver and make that move stick.
And then I'm going to win
and you're going to get a Ford Ranger. There you go.
Well, I can't wait.
Baker will get the back end of it, and you'll have the double cab. Nothing wrong.
My baby's car seat will fit in there perfect.
We might have to take Michael White off the side of it and put and Blaze Baker livery on, eh?
Yeah, no, I'll do that for Blaze. But just a little bit.
You can't take Deadpool off.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
Speaking of Deadpool.
Yeah. Here we go. Side by side.
This is going to be a heroic effort here for Blaze Baker on the brakes. So much for our thing. He's going to wait till the last lap. No, I want to do it sideways from both of them. How they get those bikes stopped and pitched in there is amazing. But Blaze Baker doesn't want to wait till the last lap. He doesn't want to take the chance. But he knows Adolf Boshoff is going to come back at him.
Well, that's exactly it. Is this a chance where he's going to say, okay, Adolf, I can get you there. Now, if you want to come back at your favorite, which is in turn 3, I'll let you go through. From turn 3 to turn 4, that is.
Yeah.
And if you go through there, don't worry. Then I've just set things up for the final lap. However, if he's done that now on lap number 10, and they've just completed lap number 10, they're into lap 11 now, will he be able to keep off and fend off the fight that's going to come here? Watch for the different line. Boshoff will run slightly wider and then try and keep on the inside. He's not close enough, though. Boshoff seems to have lost a little bit of ground through turn 1, 2, 3, and now into 4. And I don't think he's got an answer. He looks like he's battling a little bit with a bit of traction.
A little bit of traction, and maybe that right foot is just starting to pain that little bit too much, which is allowing Blaze Baker to slightly creep away. But this, look at Adolf Boshoff. He gets incredible drive onto this little back straight. We've seen him already make a pass on the inside. Is he going to go here? He pulls into the Boshoff line, and you can see he breaks about that 10 meters later on the inside. Will he stop it? Will Blaze Baker fight back?
Yeah, he comes straight back in.
Straight back on the inside. So easy to do there. But Adolf Boshoff just not letting Blaze Baker settle for that second position.
No, he's definitely going to fight to the line, and there's a lap and a half to go as they go through the dog bone. Incredible stuff out of these riders. I can tell you that we haven't seen this kind of racing in a long, long time, particularly out of these two. We have seen some great battles all season long, but not where they've been bumping bars, rubbing plastics, and really throwing everything in. This is the final race of the season, so I suppose they've kept the best for last.
This really is the best till last, but coming now on the inside. Oh, Adolf Boshoff. Jeez, like just shoves it right on the inside of Blaze Baker. He knows he's got to rough Blaze Baker up because that Suzuki's got the extra bit of pace down the back straight. But Baker's once again in the slipstream. Will he go on the inside? He's not going to do it this time. He's got to wait now for the last lap because he knows Boshoff is fighting back at every opportunity.
He's going to look at Boshoff runs wide. I think he realizes Boshoff might have a braking issue. Udendal starts his final lap. Here comes second and third place across the line. It's going to be Boshoff, but only just because Baker comes alongside him for turn 1. Can he get him on the brakes into turn 1? This time he just has a look. Doesn't quite make it stick this time, but I can tell you there's going to be an opportunity sometime in this lap where Baker is going to go do or die.
Is it turn 2? It's not going to be turn. It's got to be down the back straight. Blaze Baker knows he's got a little bit extra ponies out of that Suzuki over the Yamaha, and he gets incredible drive onto the back straight, and he's already outbroken him a couple of times. So just sit behind him now till that final back straight. Boshoff in the dirt. He's asking everything he can out of that Yamaha Neo Life sponsored bike as they come now. A couple of corners, 10 corners remaining now of this Red Star racetrack. Who will finish in second and who will get that final podium position? It's all about bragging rights here now going into the final stages of this last lap.
Oh, an incredible run here out of Stephen Udendal, but an absolutely amazing run out of these two. Here we go. Onto the Boshoff line goes Baker. Can he make it stick down there? No, he can't. Boshoff is just that much later on the brakes, and this time he makes it through the big left-hander, heading into the dog bone for the final time. This is where Baker has got to stay as close to Boshoff as possible so that when they get onto that back straightaway, he can try the outbraking maneuver. You can see he's absolutely perfectly positioned. Can he pull it off, though? This is how tight it's going to be. They come out of the dog bone. Wow.
He's close enough. Blaze Baker is definitely close enough, and it looks like he's lining it up. He's sitting right on the tailpipe there of Adolf Boshoff. He's literally couldn't be closer to the rear wheel of the Neo Life Yamaha. This is where he's so fast. You can see Boshoff goes a little bit defensive. That's going to sacrifice a little bit of corner speed now. Blaze Baker, here we go. He's going to get the drive on that Suzuki. Boshoff a little bit wide. So Baker almost runs into the side.
Oh! There's an issue on the bike. Boshoff's broken right in the closing stages. Baker goes past him. Boshoff's bike has broken down the back straight. Something's gone wrong, and Boshoff is out of this one. He's going to be looking back to see whether or not Malcolm Rudman and even Byron Bester could close on him. The checkered flag is out. It's a double victory for Pooch. He takes it on the Petra Racing Yamaha. Oh, no! He's pulled to the sideline. There is a massive problem here for Boshoff. Baker comes through for second place. He's looking back going, where is Adolf? And I'm saying, where is Malcolm Rudman and where is Byron Bester? Because that position now is open for the final podium. And could it go to the man who's going to win the regionals, or is it going to go to Malcolm Rudman? It's going to go to Rudman. Rudman takes third, Bester takes fourth, but will take the regional championship on the high-tech elements Kawasaki. Look how happy that man is. Back-to-back titles for Byron Bester on the high-tech elements Grange Workwear Kawasaki. Dylan Barnard, unfortunately, is out of this one, and so is that man. Wow! Adolf Boshoff, the champion. Ford Ranger, please. Can I have my Ford, please? Baker.
Attention, everyone at Red Star Raceway. I have a brand new Ford Ranger for sale. 200 grand cash. I only deal with cash.
Amazing stuff. That is Super 600s, ladies and gentlemen. Worldwide, we bring you the best entertainment here on DO Super GP. And the 600s have never failed to deliver. And yet again, they stay exactly where they're supposed to be. Top and unbelievable stuff. I'm going to leave you with Rob to take you through the highlights, because, man, these highlights are some of the best we've seen ever. There's Byron Bester with a massive burnout for the high-tech element team. That is the regional championship in the 600s wrapped up for that young man. And as you rightly said, Rob, back-to-back titles for him. 250 champion last year, 600 regional champion this year. Blaze Baker getting a super run at the final end, and there's your champion parked on the sideline. He won't be worried about that.
No, he won't, but it's such a pity that Neolife Yamaha gave in on that final. It was really going down to the wire between him and Blaze Baker. So what an incredible race it was. It really was one of the best races you will ever see in South African, even worldwide motorcycle racing. Incredible ride from Blaze Baker.